Hello.
Yeah, hi Amit. It's much
Yeah.
better now.
So it's okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So,
that's okay. Thank you.
welcome. Uh, so first of all, you have to double click on the dimension. So by default, it will be dragged to the row section here. I'll tell you what is the row and what is the column panel here. And then from the dimension is okay. Then you have to choose a measure, or in other word, we also call it as a expressions. Okay. So as I told yesterday, dimensions are pretty much the x-axis data, whereas expression as the y-axis data. So x-axis and y-axis data, it's just act like a matrix and forms a chart. Okay. So once you double click on the asset ID, it just take aggregation function which is by default as sum. So in this case, as we are just counting the asset IDs, we cannot choose the sum function here. So you can change the function aggregation function by clicking on the down arrow here. Click, then go to measure. There are many more other functions. You can make it as average, median, count, and distinct count. So the difference between count and distinct count is, say there are multiple items with the same ID. So there are multiple assets with the same asset ID. Say 10 is there 5 times, or 20 is there for 2 times. So in this case, it would distinctly count the asset ID, whereas this will count the individual. Okay. Now it forms the matrix which showing the categories. Desktop has 10 assets, whereas laptop has 9 and printer has 3. So this has become a simple matrix. You can change it to a chart. Here you can see the many type of charts we have. It's a bar chart, it's a stacked bar chart, it's a pie chart, it's a bubble chart. So basically the property of in each chart varies. Property of the chart varies uh, based on the dimension and expressions. So some charts need x-axis dimensions or the dimensions as the date attribute. Like here the line charts or the area charts, these usually needs uh, let me just check. Okay. So it looks that's very less number of chart, but one chart can act differently by changing the property here. So you can have a numerous type of chart by selecting or changing the property of the chart. One chart can form differently based on the changing its property. Okay, now I'm just changing this matrix as the bar chart. This is a bar chart, and now you can just change this bar chart, which is showing in a horizontal direction. You can change it to a vertical direction. So how to change it? If you just swap it here, if you just swap it here, there's a swap option. If you swap it, and the row become column and the column become row. So what is the concept of row and column? Let us understand. In a chart, columns are like, these are categories, right? Here in categories are showing in columns. So how the column is repeated? Like this, vertically, right? These are columns. let me just, yeah, this can be a column of a table. Okay, whereas if you consider the rows, then the data which is there in the asset ID, this will be, you know, going across like this. These are the row. So here our dimension is D1, D2, and so on, the data, and the asset numbers are growing accordingly. And wherever the data matches, say for this particular asset, what is the number? If it matches here, then the chart will be grown up to this. Then for second, if it will be matches here, then the chart block will be grow up to this. So this should be the concept of a bar chart or any chart in the click view. So column and row is just a convention. If you just consider x-axis, here the x-axis can be also there in the column or can also be there in the row. So now if you just click on swap, the x-axis will be, I mean this dimension will come to here in the y-axis, and the expression will, or the measure will come to the x-axis. Do you get what I mean? Say I'll just swap it here. Now this is just consider this as our our dimension and
I get it.
measures.
If you move it around up and down, it just
Right,
changes the way the bars are represented, right?
right, right. So the orientation will be changed. So here the dimension which is usually there in the x-axis will be come to the y-axis. Now it's a x-axis and this is y-axis. In the x-axis is showing the dimension and y-axis showing the measures. Whereas if we just change it, then the dimensions will come to y-axis, whereas the measures will come to x-axis. Okay, that's the concept of
Right.
swapping. And now,
I
if there are many items with haphazard orders, you can also sort these items based on a value of the expression. Say for printer, the number is 3. For laptop, the number is 9, and so on. I want to make it organize in ascending and descending order. So here's the option: sort ascending, minimum to maximum, and sort descending, it should be maximum to minimum. Okay, now let us see the marks here. These are called the marks. This chart looks very less in the numbers, but if you change the mark, you can form numerous number of charts. This particular chart, I can, you know, I can just show in multiple types. Say this is a simple chart which is showing in the blue color. Now what are the features of this mark? Color wise marks means you can differentiate these blocks with 3 different colors. Okay, now first we have to see that these chart blocks are based on which table attributes. So the table attribute is a category, right? That's showing the printer, laptop, and desktop. So what I can do, I can simply drag the category to this mark box so that I will show the 3 different colors based on 3 different categories. Let us do it. Drag and drop here. Now see, it's forming 3 colors. So this is a functionality of category. And now you there's an option of size. If you drag something some data to the size, then as per the growing of the data volume, the size of the bar blocks will be thicker and thinner. Let's see. See how beautiful it is changing and what type of chart is this. You cannot get this option in any other chart. Bar chart is simple bar chart, but how differently it's acting. One bar chart have a simple bar with the same color. I got a multiple color, and I also got the bars with a different, you know, thickness, right? So this is part of the size. Let me just remove from the size. Okay. Now label. What is the use of this label? Here in this bar charts, I want to show the item or the asset numbers, asset counts on top of this bar charts. Okay, so that counting I need to place here in the label. So just drag this asset ID to label, and it's showing the data here. But actually the label is showing the sum of the asset IDs, whereas we need to show count of the asset. So you can change accordingly. So now on each assets we are getting the labels which showing the asset count.
Amit, I have a question.
Sure,
When
please.
you switch it to sum, what are the numbers that it's showing exactly? The sum of what exactly?
Sum of asset IDs. Say uh,
The total asset IDs available in that category?
no, not total as okay. So say the asset number is one is 10, one is 12, one is 15, one is 90, one is you know 80. So these are the asset number randomly, and if you just count it, it would be 5. Okay, but if you just make use a sum function, then it will be the sum of all these assets, which will be very huge in number, right? So this is what it is showing. 108 means there are
I see, I see.
10
Mm-hmm.
assets, 10 assets, but it is
Mm-hmm.
just aggregating the value of these assets. We don't want to have the addition of these asset values. Okay, we'll
We
just
just
make
need
it
the count of it
right,
exactly.
right.
So just like in printer,
Three
there
printers
are
are there,
three counts, but their aggregation equals 48.
48, right? So it is not make
Mm-hmm.
sense here. I have to make it count. There are three printers. So
It makes sense. Mm-hmm.
okay, so
Yep,
three
it makes
marks.
sense now.
It's clear, right?
Thank you.
Color,
Thank you, Amit.
size, and label. Okay. And now the fourth one is the detail. Detail is right now it's not required. I'll tell you what it is required. And then tooltip. So whenever you are hovering the mouse on each chart blocks, I'm getting a specific tooltip. Okay. Uh, you can also customize this tooltip uh, captions by going to this mark. Click on this. You have a many option on this. Just count of asset ID. It doesn't make sense much. You can just say number of assets. Just a number of asset. Number of asset is logically is a count of assets, right? But this is pretty much functional and the layman can easily understand. Number of assets means a count of assets, right? And I'm just changing it. Now I can also give some any customization. Say a line between them. So I can just change this as with the different colors. Okay,
This is all just to make the data more presentable, right?
more presentable and more beautiful. But remember, whenever we're doing some
Right.
customization, just make it uniform across the dashboard. Otherwise, it will not look good. It will look, unprofessional. So, in a particular dashboard, when we are using some colors, we have to think about the Tableau designer perspective. We'll use a specific theme. Say I'm using a particular theme. Uh, there are different colors also, color options. You can choose the color here. There are three colors: edit colors. There are many Tableau theme. So whatever the theme you are using for a particular chart, just note it down. This theme has to be there in all the KPIs of the chart across your dashboard. KPI means a key performance indicator that can be considered as a chart, that can be considered as a filter, that can be considered as a table, anything. Any object which shows the data is called a KPI. Okay. So here we have multiple Tableau themes. Okay. It's Tableau 10, Tableau 10 Light, Medium, Tableau 20, Gray, Traffic Light. This is my favorite theme. And this is all. Like if you're doing some orange theme, then you can just put this orange theme across your dashboard.
Can we try the orange theme?
Sorry, come again.
Can we try the orange theme?
Yeah, sure. Say you're going to choose the orange theme. See, you have a gradient effect of all mixture of orange colors, right? So
I
selected this
see the
theme,
variations.
yeah, and then up assign to palette. This is the palette, color palette. These are the theme option, assign palette. So once you assign this palette, printer, laptop, desktop. Now this become a particular theme. Now whatever the chart I'll generate, I'll put that theme only, and ultimately I'll find in my dashboard the orange color theme will be there, which will look beautiful. It should not be like, one chart should be having the red, blue, green and purple, and another chart should be orange, another should be green. It would be look very dull. Okay.
I see.
Okay, so that's a very small chart. Let us start from the small to bigger. So you clear about this bar chart, right? Any question on
Yes.
this anywhere? On measure, on dimensions, how I made it colorful, how I made it given a different size. Okay.
It seems pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Right. I have one question here.
Sure, please.
Okay, whenever we use the color palette, right, and I use in my reports, when I save my workbook and publish, right,
Right.
and then when I will download and reopen my report, my color got back to normal. Then I use my custom color. So do some just like a select statement or case statement. So work on it. Do you have any other solution, something? Because this kind of issues I had on my job. So usually, yes.
Yeah. So the solution is here. You may say like when you deploy the dashboard and later on when you download it somewhere else, or maybe when you migrate your source code to any other system, you're not getting the color which you have customly mentioned here, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's happening due to you haven't changed the Tableau repository, what I did in the first session. Okay.
Okay.
So very first, when you have to go to create a dashboard, you have to change the repository as your project folder. So this is the repository where we have all the colors, everything, every supporting files of the Tableau is there. This is a preference file which shows the metadata about your dashboard. These are connectors, logs. See, many more files have been generated. We haven't
Right.
anything, we haven't created anything here. But you just can you just compare it with your dashboard when you are developing a dashboard? Are we
Mhm.
are we creating these kind of folder structures? Maybe not. So maybe the dashboard only you are creating and all the supporting files would be there as it is in the Tableau repository. So for a particular system, definitely it will work, but the problem will happen when you migrate your source code to any other system. But in my case, if I'll migrate the code, I'll have to give this one to you. Okay, this folder to you. Now in the target system, I would have everything with me. I would have the pictures, I would have the styles, I would have, like other data sources, everything with me. And also, when you migrate the source code to any other system, it is not recommended to simply give this folder structure. I can give, but sometimes it might goes wrong. So what you can do is you can just export it to a packaged workbook. Am I make sense?
Okay, I got it. Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Usually what I do, I just do, for make some changes and save as in my local machine.
okay,
And the same thing, I save on my shared folder,
okay,
and then I publish my reports, right? So that is a good point. You will export with a package workbook, right? Okay, good.
right. And also, when we are publishing, you just change the repository to. This is a very important thing. If you not change the repository, you would not have these many folders. You would have simply this file in your folder, but all the respective supporting files of the Tableau of your project will be there at a inside the Tableau repository folder, which is in your Tableau installation folder in your system. And when you migrate your source code, those all related stuff doesn't go with you.
I
Okay,
got it. I
so that's
understand.
why
Good
there should
point.
be showing some errors. There should be showing some
Yeah, give a shot. It's
resource
coming
missing.
weak. Thank you.
Uh, okay, so this is a very small chart. Now let us move on to some other charts. Okay, now Tableau is not like a ClickView or not like a MicroStrategy. It's also not like SAP BO, but they might have some. They have some, one dashboard, and there you can add multiple objects. Just like I'm comparing Tableau with ClickView. ClickView would have a single dashboard, single window, where you can just add multiple objects to a dashboard. But here in Tableau, one sheet is one object. Just consider we are going in an opposite way. We are just creating the sheets, then we are composing all those sheets in a single frame called dashboard. So we have three options here. Just look at to the mouse. It's a category wise asset. It's itself is a sheet. Okay, or we can also call as a worksheet. So one worksheet is one object. So now I have one worksheet that is category wise asset, which is a bar chart. Okay, so I need to have multiple sheets. I need to have multiple sheets, and each sheets to be composed of individual objects. And then I have to consolidate all those sheets, all those objects to a single frame called dashboard. Here there's an option to add a dashboard. When you add a dashboard, you have to set a default theme of the dashboard, you have to change the structures, title and all. Then you can add a multiple objects. Okay, now let me just go and add another sheet. new workbook, change the sheet name. I've got here the asset, category wise asset. Let me just show make wise assets. Okay, maybe I'll get a more number of assets here. Make wise. Okay, now I can simply drag make here. I have a make table in the dimension. Double click on this. So I've got a list of makes. So this make is a desktop. This is a desktop. It's a printer. It is a uh, laptop maybe. Okay. Now based on these makes, I'll just double click on the asset ID. So I got the numbers. So as usual, I have to go to the measure and change the count. So I've got a list of item counts. So these are the make of your desktop, laptop, printer and all. Then I have a count. Now you can apply simple bar chart. Change the orientation. This is you can also consider this as a vertical bar chart. Change the orientation. Very simple. And so now tell me, I have to make it in a different color. I will not apply as a homogeneous color on every chart blocks. I will apply different color. That means I will apply category wise colors. There are makes and each make have multiple, each category has multiple makes. Say Sony Vaio and Lenovo, these two are laptops. IBM, these three are the desktops. HP LaserJet is a printer. Okay. I'll make it colorful by category so that looking into this color you can easily understand this is a type of laptop or type of desktop. Now it's a mix, it's homogeneous collection, so you're not able to identify that what is a laptop, which one is a printer. Okay, now go to category, bring the category to color panel. Now it is not making much identical. Let me just change the color panel to any other palette, maybe traffic light.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so what you are understanding from these colors?
So the desktops are the red ones, the green one's the printer, and the yellow one
Yes,
is the
right.
laptops.
Great. So if you just remove the color, now is it understandable? No. Now it's showing the
No.
homogeneous collection of all the items, but it's pretty simple. You can also have a multiple category here. So it's in the category wise color. So what I can do, if you just remove the category from the color and bring the make to color, it's showing the colors with the different colors, but again it's become a homogeneous collection of different colors, right?
Hmm.
Which is not making more sense to take a decision. What are the type of these colors? So each individual item are getting a different colors. So let us not do it. This would become a different chart. So bring the category to here. I'll get these three colors.
Hmm. The more simplistic it is, the easier to understand.
Right. So how easily you can take the decision on that. So
Lenovo laptops are being sold more.
right. So now tell me how I could bring the number of the assets here on the top.
From the label.
You
Asset
need
ID,
to bring
asset
the
ID to
asset
label,
ID over.
asset ID to label.
Hmm.
Okay. Now this
Yes,
is
under
again
the
showing.
marks.
Yeah, this is again showing
So we need to change the aggregation.
exactly.
count,
to count. Great.
not the
So
distinct one.
yes, now these are the distinct one. Now in the uh, tooltip, we are getting three options. Category is a desktop. As we have added the category to the color mark, we get the category to the tooltip as well. Asset count is this. So let us just change the tooltip. Number of assets. Let's make it number of assets. Count of asset is becoming more technical word. So for end user, they will not like it. Number of asset. Okay. So this chart is this, and one more thing. Whatever the in a single data, in a single data model, whatever the color you will be applying to one object, the same color option will be automatically replicated to all other objects if there belongs to a single data model. Okay. Now see, we had orange theme here, but while I change the color theme as traffic light, these colors are also automatically get populated accordingly. Okay. So that's an inbuilt feature of Tableau to make your dashboard uniform color theme. Okay. Okay, so you're clear on the bar chart, right? Bar chart is one of the most demanded and most useful chart in any
Yes.
BI tool. Okay, now we have got two KPIs. Let's have some more KPIs. Now we'll go to the next as pie chart. New sheet. I will show a department wise employees. Okay. Okay. Let me just add a department here. So why I've got only one department? I have many departments, but as department IT and C has the data, it's showing only one department.
You have a department designation in the measures
Yeah.
under employees.
Yes. Okay, I have only IT and C department where I have the employees. So that's why I'm saying, okay, this is not going to work. Okay, let me have employees names. These are many employees. I have null here. I can just exclude the null. Okay, I have list of employees in the company. Those uh, have allocated with the assets. Okay, so now Double click on this. Asset count. Govind Das with 3 assets, Manoj Pradhan with 6, and so on. Now this can be changed to a pie chart. Okay, select the pie on this. You can just drag it the work area to as per your required position. Okay, now this become a bar with the different color of the employees. Now you can make it little bigger also, as just to fit on your work area. Here's the size. Go and change the chart size. Okay, let it be this much. Okay, I would have the items on the charts, I mean the labels on the chart. Again it's becoming sum, which is the default option. Change the label as this. So by looking into the colors and the block size, I can easily say that Manoj Pradhan has got highest number of asset allocated in the company. Okay, now I can change the tooltip number of asset. And then I can also add the employees name to the panel. Just add it to the label as well. Okay, you can add it here. Just change the name as employee. Okay, so this become a pie chart. If you want to change the color, just change the color. I have a cyclic color palette. Apply. Okay, see the color is changed. So likewise, I'll create another pie chart. This database is not so huge, so I need a good database where we have a multiple very huge number of tables. So I have one. I'll just add it and I'll show. Not much good fields.
Take the designation.
Yeah, designation. I'm going to take designation here: assistant manager, uh, assistant engineer, deputy manager, and junior manager. Okay, and now I can take the same set ID. Okay, again I'll choose the bar, the pie. Okay, I can make it a little larger. Let's become more larger. Okay, up to this. Then I want to add the designation. Say okay, these are the type of designations and the asset count to a label.
If you reduce the size of the pie chart a little bit, smaller,
Yep.
can you do right now? I see something.
Mm-hmm.
Like on
this?
the left. Yeah, that's what I'm sure because when we have a names, so names be on they remain on the same size,
Okay.
but only pie chart go bigger and smaller, right? Okay, good.
Right. So apply the same color theme, cyclic group, ascend palette, and this. So I've got two pie charts and two bar charts. Okay, so I'm going to change this null. Okay, I have many assets. Though I change the in the data model the join type, I have many other assets also. Excuse me, which has the zero value. I mean they do not have any data on it. So let it be. They are also looking good. This is also BlackBerry and fax machine. There are two categories which do not have any assets. So let it be 0. Okay. Now I've got two pie charts and two bar charts. Now when I'll give this to a user, they will not simply go to one by one sheet to see the to make the analytics, right? So we have to create a dashboard. These are not called dashboards so far. These are the objects or sheets. Okay. So I have to create a dashboard. So dashboard is the next level option, new dashboard. Click on it. So dashboard is a frame or window where you can compose multiple objects. So give the dashboard name as overview. Asset overview. Okay. Now whatever the dashboard name we will assign here, if you click on the show title, there would be automatic title come up here. It will show the dashboard header as well. Okay. You can also change the dashboard theme format, modern theme. It will change the color and some background effects. Okay. Now we have got four dashboard sheets, four worksheets, and one dashboard. My intention is to bring this to four sheets to a particular dashboard. So I can see this dashboard here. Just bring it to this position. Okay. Now I've got one dashboard which is spread over the screen. And the next is I can simply drag the second one and place it here. So it's aligning on tiled basis on top to bottom, and then I can pull this and place it here on the right and bring this to here as well. So how easily and how beautifully I can, how quickly I could make a dashboard. So now I have to make some stylings. Let maybe these two bar charts whose would go on top. Hello, hello. Hello, Mohsin, Saad, can you hear me?
Yeah, here now.
Okay. So I've got this dashboard. Just see the presentation mode. I have two pie charts and two bar charts. Let's make it a little beautiful. You have to have some design sense also. These are the tiles, you can call as a tiles. So this particular chart is not entirely spreaded over the tiles. So what you can do, just go and select on this down arrow, click on it, fit entire view, and this fit entire view. I need to make these two charts with the exact height and width. So you go to the objects property, click on this, go to sheet. Here you have to make it little small. Now it's looking perfect. I mean their size seems equal. Okay, and now these two bar charts. It's having very small blocks. What I can do, I can go on here. I can add a filter to remove all these things. Okay. So did you see what I did? I just removed the items those were 0. Okay. How did it do it? Just I'm just doing the same process again. I want to remove these items those are having 0. Only these items to be there. So just drag the asset ID to a filter panel. Okay, filter pan is there, click on it, choose the count, asset count, and it's showing the range. The maximum asset count is 7 and minimum asset count is 0. I mean asset allocated count. So I will just exclude 0. So I'll keep the minimum as 1. Apply. So this has been removed. Now once this object label activity is done, you can see the same in the dashboard. Okay.
Yep.
Now the basic orientation of the dashboard is a desktop mode. You can change the orientation as per your requirement based on your project requirement. Say in my company we are developing iPad applications. So for iPad we are using a specific height and width. You can manually also mention. For laptops you can give the size as this. Very small screens. Yes. For A4 landscape this should be the entire screen. So what you can do, for now only I can make it automatic so that it will automatically take the window size. Okay, so this is become my dashboard. So these are the filters. These are the filters based on the dashboard. So what I can do, I can also bring this filter to the specific charts. So this is the employee filter. I can take this filter to here. Okay, and this is departments. I can take this, sorry, designations. I can take this filter to below to this chart. Okay, now this is the type of categories. I'll take this to just below to the category, remove the number, and I do have the make also, but whereas the make is not added. So what I can do, just select quick filter and add make. So here's a quick filter. No, sorry, there should be a legend, color legend.
Legend.
There's I haven't added any color legend of make, so that's why it is not there in the dashboard. Okay, so what I can do, I can add a quick filter to fix this space also. Make. Okay, let it be. So arrange item in a single row. Okay, let it be removed. Okay, now it is looking good. We have to think for the designing perspective also, because both of these chart are having this category. If I select the desktop, both of this chart will be refreshed because this particular legend is applied to both of these charts. Now looking beautiful. Arrange single row, range single row. Okay, yeah. So you have to be more cautious about the design also. Now see how easily I could develop a dashboard. So that's all for today. Is it clear to you, or do you have any doubt, guys?
I'm good.
Okay, what about
I'm good. A little bit of practice I'll understand how to
need
use a
some practice?
dashboard, but that looks really good. That looks really good presentation-wise and everything, very clear.
Okay, great, my pleasure. So this particular filter or the color caption applies to both of these charts. Click on this. See, both the colors are getting applicable. Right, and this chart has no relations because it's a set wise, I mean designation wise, and these are employee wise, so it can only filter a particular chart.
Right.
We'll go more deeper and create some global filters which will filter all the charts also on a single click. That also slowly in each sessions. Okay, I hope you would have liked it. We'll meet on Monday morning. My Monday morning, that means in your Sunday evening. Will that okay?
Yeah, that'll be okay. Be ready.
Okay. So tomorrow is Sunday, so I'd be off. I'd be going somewhere. Okay. So happy
So
weekend.
you'll be back on Monday morning, right?
Yeah. So today is your
7:30?
yeah, same time, same link.
Friday.
Okay. This is my Saturday. So tomorrow is Sunday, so I'd be not available. Every Sunday we'll have a link.
No problem.
Sure. Okay then.
Have a nice weekend.
Sure.
All right, see you Sunday evening. All
Did
right.
you get the money?
Sorry, come again?
Did you get the receive the money?
Not yet. Let me check and confirm
The
you.
fees.
But till yesterday night I was not getting. So that's why, as we discussed. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe today they will credit. I am not.
No problem.
Yeah.
Whenever
Okay.
you see, just text me, okay?
Sure. Okay.
And also, whenever you chance to call me, later we talk to you, okay?
Okay. Sure. Bye. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Amit. Bye.
All right. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.